This video contains commentary after each story, sometimes not pertaining to the story. Don't like it? Find another channel. Welcome back to Storytime, my dudes. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into some r/ChoosingBeggars. But that's not all. We're also gonna get into some r/Tfue. You know what that means. And I'm sure you're noticing that once again, you're not seeing my face on video. Well, I just did a whole bunch of cleaning today and rearranging and moving furniture, and I'm sweating gross. Yes, I'm sweaty and gross, and I need a shower. So this fairy ain't putting her face on camera today, okay? I will be back tomorrow with my beautiful Reddit fairy face for you guys. So without further ado, smash that subscribe button, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. Choosing Beggar family won't leave our house. Posted by user CCK5018. This took place when I was 9, which was 6 years ago, so it may be a bit fuzzy. My dad had a friend from middle school who now had a family and was going to visit North Carolina for vacation. They invited themselves over to my grandparents' house to stop by for a few minutes before continuing on their trip. This is how they ended up staying for 2 days before we kicked them out. So my dad had a friend from middle school. Let's call him Mike. Mike lived in New Jersey near my father, and they were friends and went to school together. So it makes sense that him and his family come visit because they haven't seen my father in a while. Here's the thing. My dad wasn't there. He was in Colorado on his own vacation to visit his other friend. So why would they still come visit? This baffled us, but it's great to have company since we lived in the middle of nowhere and had this big house all to ourselves. Here are the characters in the story. Me, OP, my mom, my sister, my grandmother, my grandfather, my dad's friend's wife, Karen, Mike and Karen's son, age 12, Kevin, Mike and Karen's daughter, Kavina. It was time for the family to arrive. Wait a second. This isn't an r/stories about Kevin. Why? Oh, I think this might get interesting. Okay. It was time for the family to arrive. We still didn't know why they were coming since the road to North Carolina was 1 hour out of the way, unless they were trying to get a free vacation out of our house's amenities, the pool, jacuzzi, etc. They came here in their little car with Kavina driving, almost hitting our car in the driveway. They came inside, and within 5 minutes, everyone was in the pool. Barely any introduction or manners, just got in the pool basically. After a while of being in the pool, I got to know Kevin. Kevin was a special guy, a classic Kevin. Since I was bored out of my mind since I didn't have any friends with me, I hung out with him for a bit. We played Minecraft and did other stuff, and he kept on trying to pick up my sister, age 5 at the time. My mother politely said, "Please do not pick up sister, she is too heavy for you to carry." He didn't care. He did it a few times after anyway. So yeah, that was Kevin. Not the brightest guy. I didn't really know Kavina that well. It was nearing 6 p.m. Karen and Mike were out of the pool, and they were talking shit about being hungry. Grandfather asked if they had lunch. Karen said, "No, but the kids had fruit snacks on the way here." Seriously? Feed your damn kids and don't expect dinner if you told us that you're just going to stop by for a few minutes. We ended up ordering Domino's. Since we live in literally the middle of nowhere, we had to drive 20 minutes to the nearest Domino's and pick up a pizza. I always rode with my grandfather in the car because I liked it. On the way there, he was getting a bit pissed because I'm sure a 64-year-old man doesn't want to be picking up pizza for a family he barely knows and has seen seldom of the past 20 years. We got back and ate pizza. Me and Kevin played Minecraft in my world, and yes, he exploded my Minecraft city with TNT. I don't particularly care. I'm not a hardcore Minecraft gamer back then. We watched a mediocre movie and went to bed. The whole Choosing Beggar family refused to sleep in rooms with any of us. We had to rearrange the whole bedroom layout, which was a pain in the ass, but we eventually went to sleep. I woke up at the ripe time of 7 a.m. I look out my window to see Kevin and Kavina in the pool already. Mike and Karen in the jacuzzi. It's 7 a.m. I walk downstairs to my fuming grandfather who didn't even know that they were sleeping over. He, my mom, and grandma were in the kitchen formulating a plan. They came up with a lie that they had to pick up a new dishwasher in the city, which was about 50 miles away. What did the choosing beggars say? "We'll come with you, it's no problem." "No, you'll have to leave now," said my grandfather, who was actually pissed at the time. After 2 hours of wasting our time, they finally left. They came back twice because they forgot stuff. I'm sure that they stole a few things too. We drove to the seafood market and Dunkin' Donuts for some food. We leave the parking lot and see their car driving away from North Carolina. My grandmother screamed, "Fuck!" as their car passed us, since they knew the city was also the other way on the road. What does this story mean? Make sure that choosing beggars leave your house at the time that they promised to leave. Sorry if it was too long, I even cut some things out. This isn't even half of their antics. Well, I wish you had said more of the antics, because it just seemed like more of your grandfather's reaction than the antics. But so they went all the way there just to have a free vacation, saying that it was on their way to North Carolina, but that was a lie because when they left they weren't even going in the direction of North Carolina. Busted. You guys were busted. Who does that though? Like, why would you want to stay with people that you don't really know, or maybe they assumed that the friend was going to be there, and then at the last minute discovered that they weren't. I don't know. Either way, they're a bunch of assholes. How you guys doing? How's your week going? What are you guys up to? What's the good word? You guys having pool parties of your own? What's happening? I want to know about it. All right, I'm going to get into the next story, but before I do, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications for future videos just like this one. This one is called "If You Try to Haggle at a Charity Shop, You Are a Choosing Beggar." Posted by user Doggo of Borth. I volunteer at a small charity shop. The pandemic has hit us hard. I get people are struggling, but we still have bills to pay too. Luckily for us, we have kind donors. Had a lady come in the other day, nicely dressed, wanted the new with tags handbag we had in the window, but she wanted it for £5. It was £35. Branded, tag said it was over 150 quid. Manager said no. "But I need it! I bet I can get it cheaper on eBay." 1. No one needs a handbag. 2. We had handbags in for under a $5, but they weren't brand new. 3. If you need it that badly, buy it on eBay. She continued to argue until she was asked to leave. Had a bloke come in who wanted to buy about 5.99 pence t-shirts. I don't know what that means. It was £5.99 t-shirts, I think. He wanted them all for 99 pence. Oh, okay. 5 t-shirts that were 99 pence each. Okay, so he wanted 5 t-shirts, so it would be like 5 times 99 pence. I don't know. Was that like almost £5 or something? I don't know the conversion. I don't know your guys' money. I'm sorry. Anyway, so he wanted 5 t-shirts for 99 pence. Had to ask him to leave too, as he was becoming stroppy. What does stroppy mean, my dudes? My UK people tell me what stroppy mean. He said he could get them cheaper online too. If you can get them cheaper online, feel free to buy them online. It gives me a headache if I have to argue with you. Please stop haggling at charity shops. I don't know why people don't haggle at charity shops. Come on, man. They're already reduced to help charity. Unless it's like one of those shops that claim to be for charity, like Value Village, and they're really not. They like charge retail price for shit, those fucking scumbags. Also, I never really understood why people would spend so much money on something that just holds your money. And like maybe a couple of other things, you know, like I don't get it. I don't like wearing I don't like carrying a purse. I'm not a purse person. I did have one for a while, but it I don't know, it feels weird to me. I'd rather have like a laptop bag, like a shoulder bag, you know what I mean? Like something like that. A satchel? Is that what they're called? I don't know. The one that goes over one shoulder. I like those kinds of bags, but like they're massive because I have a tendency of carrying everything I would need with me just in case some kind of weird emergency happened. Like I'm stranded on the side of the road and my ADD kicks in and I need to like crochet or something to get my mind to settle down, you know? Like, anyway. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like wearing purses, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Spending that much money on something that you put your money in. That's all I'm gonna say. I bought like a $10 wallet that was like comic book themed and I was super stoked and that was good enough for me. Alright my dudes, I have one more r/ChoosingBeggars story today. And this one is called Free $700 Filter Included. Posted by user Killian Catito? I don't know, man. I need a new monitor, my dudes. It's too blurry. So my dad recently decided to sell our pool. It's not used much and it was an easy choice. It was about 10 feet in diameter. It was a circle. $500 and he'd help you take it down. He was planning on selling the filter on its own and it was rather new, so it was well worth $700. A guy came and bought the pool. It was an above-ground, year-round pool, but we live in Michigan, so the bottoms were rusted. Feeling bad about this, my dad gave them the filter. Yesterday, it was sold Friday. He got a call that they'd need to replace all the poles and it was gonna cost $400. They demanded that my dad give him back $150. In the end, my dad ended up doing so, but like my dad's an abusive father, but he gave them a $700 filter. This is just because my fiance thinks it's his karma, but I think it's just shitty. Update. When the man came to pick up the cash, he asked my dad if my dad was willing to sell the pumps timer to him, the choosing beggar. My parents also told them that they were selling the pool for $500 as is, specifying if it is damaged and you end up not wanting it, you have no obligation to buy it. So, there's no comments on this for some reason. Does that mean it's been removed? 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 So it's kind of like a weird thing to throw in like at the end there. Like my dad's an abusive father. So I don't even know. Like this could be like instant karma or something. I don't know. If he is abusive like he says he is, abusive how? I don't know. But maybe it was his karma. Who knows? Who knows, my dudes? But sounds like he might have deserved it. Anyway, so I'm gonna get into two stories from r/Today I Fucked Up. This one is called Today I Fucked Up by Forgetting to Bring a Face Mask. Posted by user LaserLord101. A few days ago was the first time in a while that I left my house, as in at least a month and a half. I went to stock up on groceries, and as I left my house and got on a bus, you don't need the mask on them where I live, I realized I forgot my mask. I got off and walked home because I'm not about getting the Rona. As I arrived at my house, I reached for my keys. Nope, there was nothing in my pockets. I retraced my steps thinking I must have dropped them on the sidewalk. Nope. I then realized that they must be on the bus. I think they must have fallen out of my pocket when I left the bus in such a hurry. That's when it struck me. I probably should call a locksmith. I have a spare set in my house. So I go home to connect to my Wi-Fi. I reach into my pocket and then I realized I left it on charge. So my big brain does some really smart thinking and I decide to break in to my own house. I tried climbing onto my balcony because I thought I left the window unlocked. So there I am, looking like a ninja climbing onto my balcony. I thought I finessed it and I could get in easy, but that's where my little hope broke through. I heard a siren, looked down, and saw a police car. I then realized how bad I looked. I explained what happened and they looked really confused. I showed them some ID and showed them it was my house. That is the story of how I nearly got arrested. Oh no. I've had to do that before too, and like recently. I'm not as scatterbrained as that. I can be, but not typically. But one day I went out to my car and for some reason I locked the door behind me. Then I went to go back in and it was locked. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes. And then I walked around my house and luckily, after popping a couple of screens off, I found one window that was unlocked. And then I had to like hoist my fucking fat ass through the window. That was fun. I had some bruises after that. Anyway, my little adventures of quarantine. Alright, my dudes, I'm gonna get into the last story of the day. This one is called Today I Fucked Up by Buying My Wife a Sex Book. Posted by user TheoJFK88. Our sex life has been pretty boring for the 3 years we've been married. We're both on our second marriage. I'm a widower and she's divorced. My late wife was very, very adventurous and her first husband was vanilla missionary or nothing. Over lunch yesterday, we talked about sex and how it's become mundane, with her admitting that she's only ever really felt comfortable with ordinary sex because that's all she's known. I suggested we get a book for her to read to get an idea of what she might like to try. So, we went into town to the bookshop and bought a book which she spent the next 3 hours reading in the bath. Come bedtime, 9 p.m. unusually, I'm dragged to bed and set upon in a very pleasurable way until about an hour in I feel fingers caressing my anus and perineum. Perineum? I don't know how to say that word, I'm sorry. Then a finger followed, and to my surprise, the one and only vibrator, a small one we have, was pushed inside of me. Much pleasure was had until my wife gasped and started to sound worried. Behind me, I felt a lot of fumbling. Wife was sounding worried, then just stopped and said sorry. I asked what had happened. The vibe had slipped or been pushed a little too far and had gone all the way in. For the next hour, we tried to excrete the thing and finally gave up, still buzzing inside. As we'd both had been drinking, a taxi was booked and a trip to A&E was made. It took only a few minutes with a speculum, lube, and forceps to remove the then quiet vibe from me, and after promising to be more careful in the future, we returned home. This morning, I skipped my normal bike ride and have sat gingerly at my desk. Wife just wandered in and wondered if I'd like to get a bigger vibe so that it doesn't get stuck. I don't know what I've awakened. Why are the butt stories always the funniest? Oh my god, poor dude. I don't know how people can put things in their butts. It's not my thing. Oh my god, what a way to end this video. I can't stop. Oh my god, my face hurts. Oh my god, it's that fucking humor of a 15-year-old boy in I'm sorry. Alright my dudes, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications for future videos just like this one, my dudes. And as always, the links to these stories will be in the description below, so head on over to Reddit and show those posters some love with some upvotes, my dudes. You know they deserve it. And yeah, that's all I got. I will see you all in tomorrow's episode. Peace out!